said ba ba ba. There we go. Good. Very good. Alright. So, today, I could not get the Charm server to work. So, we're actually just gonna go back to my 1.17 world that we were working on a while back, the one with the Copper Roof House. And we're just gonna keep going on that because at this point I don't know what to do. It's probably just a combination of like the server being fussy and everything else being fussy and all that good stuff. Hi Vi, how are you? But we will be doing the 1.17 world today. So, there's that. And I also looked up because like I vaguely know about Hypixel. I may do a couple of streams on it in the future because I don't know where I got it in my head, but I was like convinced that you had to pay to play Hypixel, which all you have to pay is to have base Minecraft. So like, I may fuss with that in future streams, but probably not today because it's gonna take some setting up and all that good junk. But just know that I may do streams on that in the future. And like, I know everyone and their mom does streams on Hypixel, but like, I don't know. It seemed interesting. I probably won't do too much into like super competitive games. Like, if I recall, there's a building competition one. I might do that. But we'll see. And again, this is all very much hypotheticals and all that. But for today, we're just gonna continue trying to build Mordecai's house. I may also go netherite mining. We'll see. Again, it's entirely hypotheticals here. But all will be good. All will be fine, chat. But we shall definitely see. Because, yeah, I didn't want to do 2 creative mode days back to back. Which is why I decided to default to his original world. But it's fine. It's all good. And I can't wait to actually not be afraid to go into, like, caverns again, because I'm on easy mode, which I feel more comfortable on than hard mode. Because that's the one thing that always makes me nervous about, the Charmed SMP, is that it's on hard mode. Alright, anyway, let's get into our game. Okay, there we go. Alright. Back into it. I have no idea what time it is in game. Can't really see. Put that away. My pick's about to break, which is fine, I guess. That was very close to being English. Oh, and I can't easy sort my chests anymore. Darn it. It's the one unfortunate thing. Let's see. Because I don't know what's all in here right now. I don't remember. What do I even have on? Oh, a diamond hat in desperate need. So I actually should go diamond mining. Because I don't have any. So let's go ahead and do that, chat. I've actually heard rumors that the best diamond mining level now is down at 5, so I might go test that out, just to see if it's true. Bow, bow. Alright, chat, let's go. So yeah, we'll just see how everything's gonna go, because like I said, you know, this is all very much in the hypotheticals range. Alright, good. I don't have to be afraid of water anymore, which is nice. Alright, let's go, chat. Down into the abyss. Oh, glow like it. Always knows how to jump scare me. And I don't have to worry about dying because I have keep inventory on, which is way nice. But I do have to be afraid of lava again. Okay, good. There is so much iron down here. Hello? I mean, I know I have plenty, but still. What Y level are we on? We are at 13, so we're still pretty high up. Let's see, chat. Alright. Oh, well, that is deeper than I thought it would be. Hup. Okay, cool. Can you go elsewhere? Hello? Hello? Did that actually fully fix it, or is there still another piece somewhere? Hello? There we go. That looks better. Nice. Okay, cool. Cool. Bop. There we are, chat. Very nice. Alright, let's get into it. Oh. Let's see if we can do it. Why did I dig dirt with a pickaxe, chat? Your streamer does... He has no brains. No brains at all. Alrighty, we can put that there. Pop. There we are. And again, I just want to test to see if this Y level 5 thing is true. Because, like, if it is, cool, whatever, but... Okay, 7... 6... 5... Alright, so we will try digging on this level more than anything. And we'll see what happens. Do I have a crafted table lobby? Yeah. I can't do what I do normally, which is just... Because on the other server, obviously, we have a mod that enables if you have a crafted table, you can just pull it up here. I actually have to set it down. Which sucks, but whatever. Such is the way of life. Excuse you, don't be rude. Where is my... There you are. Good. Cool. Bop. Nice. Alrighty. There we go. But I think that, like, for the most part today, like I said, I'm mostly after diamonds, and I don't know, if I could get a lot more copper, it'd be nice, because again, obviously, like, the big thing we're looking for right now is to finish the roof on Mordecai's house. But I don't know if we'll actually be able to do it. I highly doubt it, considering how long it's taken us thus far. But it's fine. Oh, also, I was on TikTok, and I saw something that just broke my heart. It was somebody who had a hardcore world, and they were building, like, this massive, gorgeous Hello, diamonds. This massive, gorgeous tower, and, they realized as they were about to finish it that they had not centered it properly. And when I say massive, I mean this tower was enormous. Maybe there is something to this, mine it on level 5 thing. But yeah, like, when I say that this tower was gigantic, it just... And she realized... Basically, they were getting ready to put the top on, and they were looking at it, they stopped, and they go, chat, and they look at the... They go... What does a tower require to be able to come to a point? And they realized they had built it in like a 2x2, so it could not be centered. And when I tell you my heart broke for this person, like, I was like, oh, buddy, I'm so sorry. I felt so bad. Because, like, we've all been there, but, like, it hurts especially bad for people who play on hardcore. And do, like, mega builds and stuff. Alright, very good. Oh, there's Metal Crusher again, startling me as per usual. Let's see what we've got in here. Also, yeah, it kept storming last night and the power kept flickering, so that was interesting. I'm just glad that it's actually, like, we're actually getting, like, weather, you know? Alrighty. I'm nervous because I hear lava nearby. And considering how much I played on Origins, I know my stupid butt is gonna be like, oh, dum-de-dum, and not even care. And then walk right into lava, forgetting that I'm not a blaze board. Also hear water. Very good. Alright, very cool. And after whenever we get back to this world enough to finish Mordecai's house, after that, we still have projects in the works. We have the... Oh, shoot, hang on. We have the, a build planned for one of the other characters in Mordecai's story, whose name is Petrichor. If you've ever heard me talk about the Strider Enderman hybrid, we have chords picked out for it. Still not entirely sure if I want to, like, actually go with it or not. Because it's basically, I found this, like, this kind of interesting mountainside formation where there's, like, a hole running through a mountain, and it's kind of like a bunch of, like, smaller peaks, like, kind of pushed up alongside it. And I just thought it was a really interesting idea, and what I wanted to do for it was to make it so the house was, like, suspended on a bunch of different, like, how do you phrase it? With, like, cables running down to it, so that it looked like it was, like, floating or whatever. I just thought it was neat. But it'll still be a while before we can get to doing Mordecai's, or Petrichor's house. Because we still need to work on Mordecai's. Because that's just how Mordecai is. Bop, 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 boop, bop, boop, bop, boop. Da 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 da. Okay, good. And yeah, I'll probably go netherite mining at some point after I get, like, a bunch more diamonds. Cause, like, I do want to, like, actually try to get fully kitted out. In the other worlds I'm on, like, a lot of them are on hardcore, or not hardcore, but hard. And I am not confident enough in my abilities to go into the nether on hard mode. Because, as has been established many times over, coward. I am a coward. Alrighty, let's see. And I'm also excited for the next episode of Bad Batch dropping today. Ooh. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Danger that way. Let's go back this way. But yeah, so far this has seemed like a much more fruitful venture. Actually, hang on. Let me... Well, because, right, like, what I want to do is dig through this wall at some point and then run back along here, but I also don't, because it makes me nervous. So maybe we won't do that. We'll just come back along this way and start in this direction. Well, we found iron. Not that we need it. Let's see. I also realized that I think that my spider mob farm that I've got going, I have a concern, Chad, and my concern is that I think it's a cave spider spawner, and I think that my little barrier that I put up in order to prevent things from escaping, I think it's too short. Because it seemed like they were able to, like, get out from underneath it. Like, again, I have no way of confirming or denying it, but, like, it sure did seem like they could get out. Which is why I have, like, a random spider eye on me. But I don't know, chat. I don't know. We'll see. Very good. Let's see what we've got going here. Probably gonna break our pickaxe here in a second. Because of course we are. Yep, there it went. Where is... There it is. I was gonna say, my eyes are unfocused again. Also, I may go up and, like, try to craft a loom. Or not a loom. Yes, a loom? Yes, a loom. So that I can, actually make Mordecai's shield look pretty. Because, like, it's weird not seeing the banner of the Ashen Grove on his shield after looking at it for so long. Oh, shoot. There we go. Come back. Alrighty, good. Very nice. Because I'm gonna need to go up here in a bit anyway, because, like, obviously I don't have a lot of stuff on me. Or I don't have a lot of space, is probably what I meant to say. Excuse me. Very good. Very nice, very nice. I will never say no to iron. Now, I won't go out of my way for it, but I won't say no to it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Excuse me. Come here. No! That lava, or that iron tried to get me killed. Maybe I should start saying no to iron. Okay. I guess I won't be going back there. That is the danger of diamond mining, is that you never know exactly, like, when it's gonna try to get you killed. Okay. If I was above it, I would be using that lava to get rid of, like, this extraneous crap, but, I'm not, so I won't. Very good, very good. What do we have in here? We have a whole fat lot of nothing. But, very good. And I can still hear lava, so I'm still a wee bit nervous. Because my fear, right, is that I'll dig up under it without noticing the pixels at first. And it'll just ruin my entire day, like... Permission to treat the witness as hostile. Permission granted. I'm gonna hit you in the face. That'll ruin my day. Alrighty, very good. Good, good, good. Pop. I wonder what that guy's doing. He's the same guy who had the whole, like, Captain America vibe. Or at least I'm pretty sure he is. Where he was like, we shot them in the legs because this shield is the size of a dinner plate and he's an idiot. Or however that went. Maybe there is something to this diamonds being more plentiful on level 5. Hold on. What on earth? Huh. Why did that get me? Why did just seeing the string of cobble get me? I don't know why. What is my humor? I'm broken. Stop laughing. It's embarrassing. Oh my god, shut up. Why did that get me so bad? It's not even funny. Well, hang on. How long have I been streaming? I need to take that timestamp. I'm only like 16 minutes in. But I already know I want that clipped. I have no idea where my pencils are. Where? There. 16. There. Okay, cool. What the heck? What is my humor right now? I think it's just because, like, just looking back and just seeing the string was just really funny to me. And I'm not even sure why it was funny. It just was. Alright, let's continue this. Again, I should probably head back up here in a bit, but, like, also, you know, I don't want to because clearly there is something to this mine and on Y level 5 thing. I think it's because they've already pushed a lot of the ores deeper anyway. So they, oh gosh, again, that track always startles me every single time without fail. Okay, well, I really need those. What don't I need? I don't need fences. Alrighty, cool. Bop. Excuse you. Thank you. But yeah, I think that's why that my brain found that funny, is that, again, it's just something about seeing the string floating there is very... Copper! Good. We love copper. Because we need a lot of it. Bop. I feel like I, like, got in the worst... Oh, shoot, hang on, I need to be able to pick it up, though. What else don't I need? Tough, I don't need tough, I never need tough. In the other world, there is very much not a shortage of copper there, and it makes me mad, because I'm like, I've been searching for copper for how many hours in my survival world, and y'all are just out here. Now, mind you, I'm sure they've also got Fortune 3 pickaxes by this point, because I just forget to enchant things all the time, and, like, yeah, and a lot of them have netherite and all that good crap. No thank you, please. Be God. Thank you. Okay. Guess we won't be going that direction. And I mean, I needed to go back anyway, but still. Oh, right, because I have a half stack in my inventory right now. Yep, there it is. Cool. Alright, let's... I mean, 50 diamonds for one out and ain't bad. Bup. I think I passed by the junction. Yes, I did indeed. I should also probably start, like, a proper mine that's not... Where am I? That's not, like, chaotic. Hello? I do believe I'm lost, chat. How did I do it already? How did I get lost already? I did it again. Y'all, we are definitely gonna need a Logan getting lost counter. Like, that's just something that we're gonna need. Because, like, you could practically play a game of bingo with how often I get lost. No, wrong again. There's only 4 directions. How do I keep making the wrong choice? Alright, so... This way? Maybe. This looks more towards progress. Okay. Not that way. So, just straight back. Okay. Gotcha. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba ba da ba da da. At least I think. Okay, chat. How do I keep doing this? I've gone back to this junction like 5 times, right? Oh, hang on, I can see the step here. I just didn't get close enough for it to render in. There we go, chat. We got there eventually. Actually, hang on, let me throw away a bunch of my extraneous crap. That was my pickaxe. Thank gods it wasn't my diamond one. That wasn't what I wanted to do, but And I mean, again, at least it wasn't my diamond one. Thank the gods for small miracles. Okay. I definitely don't need this much wood, like, ever. That's fine. Actually, hang on, let me throw away the spider eye. There we go. Good. Alright, let's see, chat. Hup. I can't believe I did that. Ah! Hup. Hup. This way, I believe? Yeah. But yeah, I actually need to make, like, a proper mine rather than some of these weird cursed ones. Alrighty, very good. And I mean, it's already a pain to get in and out of this one. And I could always just yeet myself into lava because I have keep inventory on in this world, but still. Just takes like, pointless damage off of my armor. Oh, we need to get back up to the house. Hup. Very good, very good. This is a very good music to be running home to, because it does give that feeling of franticness. I said get up, please, please. It's like a fly against a window. Okay, good. Hup. Alright, let's shove all this into the furnaces. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you kindly. Very good. Okay, we're gonna put that in there for now. Well, actually, hang on. I need to go up and see if I can repair my helmet. But we also need to sleep. Or at least try to get it to let us sleep. Good. Cool. Alrighty. Oh, God. Sorry, gotta stretch. My back's been acting up lately. It's, again, I know it's the weather, but meh. Excuse you. Thank you. Cool. I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and enchant my, or heal my other stuff, because I do like a lot of what I've got on this kit. Even though it's not like the best in the world. Okay. I have 9 levels left. Cool. Well, there with the anvil. That was exactly perfect for what I needed, Now, QB trying to remember how to make an anvil. I know it's blocks of iron and stuff. So let's grab this. I do believe it's 3 iron on top, or 3 iron blocks on top. And then, I think it's like this, right? Yep. Cool. Very good. I can't believe I had exactly enough enchanted power for both what I needed and for the anvil. Like, when does that ever happen? Get down there. Yeah, if ladders didn't make things more efficient, I would never, like, use them because they're kind of a pain, in my opinion. But they do make navigating more efficient, so I'm kind of obligated. Thank you. Alright, let's put away the ladders. Speaking of ladders, because I don't need them, but I also don't want to waste them. You could go there. I don't need those right now. Everything else I will eventually need, except maybe the shears. I don't know why I have the shears on me. Where's my tool chest? You, be gone. Oh, you know what? I bet I had the shears on me because I was dealing with spider webs. When I was trying to make that mob farm. But it is what it is. Alright, let's go back and start a more appropriate mine shaft. Again, the question is just where. I need to take that down because I don't think it's causing anything to spawn. Just stuff that I've used. Yeah, I don't think that's doing anything really. Let's see. I forgot that I put gold on top. Oh, interested. Alright, anyway. Let's. Why are you still up? Oh, is it because of this other tree trunk right next to you? Be gone. Farewell. Cool. Alright, cool. Because I want it to be close enough that I don't lose track of my house, right? Even though I have the chords written down somewhere. And again, because I'm on not creative, easy, and have, well, there's that one, but I'm sure it's just as chaotic as my normal mines are. I'm sorry, I literally have completely lost track of the plot, like, 7 times so far. I really do need to, like, try to focus more, but, like, ADHD brain go brrr. Let's see. There is still a weird sense of dread that I get every time I, swim, because I'm so used to playing as a blazeboard that, like, my brain automatically goes into fear mode. Alright, we'll do it over here. I know I've got some mines out this way, but, like, not exactly in this direction. But yeah, we'll do it this way, because I think that seems logical to me. And again, who knows? Anything can happen. Alrighty, let's go down into the mines. What we'll find, who knows? I'm sure we will find stone. And probably granite. Goodness knows. As we always do. No. There we go. Well, that's one way to get rid of oak logs from your inventory. Very good, very good. Let's see what we're doing. Also, you know something that I'm genuinely sad about? I know why they did it, but I am so genuinely sad that the Grumps didn't, play any more Kingdom Hearts 3 than one episode. Because it was already really funny. And, like, Kingdom Hearts in general gets wild, but one of my favorite things is, as somebody who's played Kingdom Hearts literally since the first game was released, watching Dad, who has no idea about Kingdom Hearts, reacted to Kingdom Hearts, and watching Aaron, who has played it, trying to explain things to him, but intentionally explaining things terribly so that it doesn't make sense. Now, mind you, even if you explain Kingdom Hearts like perfectly succinctly, it's not gonna make sense. Like, as much as I adore Kingdom Hearts, people are not exaggerating when they talk about how convoluted it is. Like, that game is chaos incarnate, or that series, and even I don't know everything because like I haven't played some of the side games. Like, ironically, my very favorite game in Kingdom Hearts' repertoire is one that a lot of people really don't like, and that's Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. But that's my very favorite Kingdom Hearts game, and I cannot explain why. But I can explain to you that it's cursed. So, okay. When I very first got Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, right? I got all the way up to, it was 3 boss fights from the end, which I believe it's, the next boss you fight is Axel, I think. Could be, it's either Axel or Marluxia, it's one of the two. But, when I had my first game, I had a red Game Boy Advanced SP. I very vividly remember it. Oh, sorry, Dog Song totally took me off guard. I heard barking and I was like, what's happening? But so I got to that point, and then I forget if I left my locker unlocked or whatever, but my purse that I had my Game Boy in at that point got stolen out of my locker, right? So, oh, that sucks, whatever. Well, I got another Game Boy Advanced SP, right? Got 3 boss fights from the end, exactly where I was before, right? Right? Chat, would you believe me if I told you I went to the library, left my purse at the front desk so that they didn't think I was a hooligan, and it got stolen again? And I forget if it got stolen a third time at the exact same boss fight, but there's a reason I call it cursed, even though it's my very favorite of the Kingdom Hearts games. When I tell you that literally the amount of times that I had that game stolen at the exact same boss fight each time, it's wild, chat. It's crazy. And no, I don't know why it's so cursed. Like, the game is just cursed. But, like, I remember when it got stolen the second time, I literally thought someone was pulling a prank, because I thought, like, I had told one of my buddies or something about my previous run-ins with this game, and they were like, hey, you want to play a funny prank on the guy? And, you know, steal it? But, like, I'm not even exaggerating. That's the worst part, is I'm not kidding. I wish I was. I really wish I was. Because, like, I don't like that it's cursed. I don't want to have a haha funny this video game is cursed moment. Because, like, I would like to live my life in peace, you know? Alright, put some granite up there, because I never really use it. Although, part of me kind of wants to use it for Petrichor's house at some point, like maybe do a blackstone granite motif. If I could, like, find a bastion, because I haven't found one in this world. And also, because the good thing about if I find a bastion in this world versus in my normal worlds, I don't have to worry as much about how you say, come on, brain. I don't have to worry as much about losing my stuff, because if I die, then I'll just come back to where I was before, right? And, like, have all my crap, because I already have to play enough SMPs on like, pure survival mode, no access to keep inventory, that I don't want to do it for leisure, too. Like, you know, well, I mean, it's all for, well, technically none of it's for leisure, because once I hit affiliate, this is going to be my job, like, proper. What was I looking for? Hello? I think I was looking for torches, and did that for whatever reason. Anyway. But yeah. And again, I still adore Kingdom Hearts. Anyone who was following my Twitter back when Kingdom Hearts 3 first dropped will be well aware that I literally cataloged my entire Kingdom Hearts 3 adventure with, like, tons and tons of pictures, because, like, I use my my Twitter in like spurts, right? Like I use it to announce when I'm live, and then a lot of times now all I use it for is to announce weather. But when I was playing Kingdom Hearts and when I was playing what do you call it? When I was playing Red Dead Redemption, which I still need to finish because I still haven't finished. Both times I was using my Twitter as like a look at all this cool stuff I found kind of account. Uh, but I did that with Kingdom Hearts a lot. Like I went around and took a lot of like really nice pictures using the photo mode. I like that. I'm gonna make a nice mining area, and then it immediately turned cursed. I guess we'll just go this way, which I need to like actually fill back in properly. But the amount of pictures I took of Kingdom Hearts 3 is ridiculous. Because I will say that. Why? Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck, Jack. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This way, I guess, then? But, like, I took so many pictures. Because, right, like, they encourage you to take pictures anyway because you have, like, the hidden Mickey thing, or lucky emblems, whatever they call them. But they're hidden Mickeys, let's be honest with ourselves. And, like, even though I know it was... So there's a lot of worlds that I've always wanted to see in Kingdom Hearts, and I call them pipe dream worlds because I know they'll logistically never happen, right? But the amount... The like, sheer desperation I had for them to add Atlantis... Like, Atlantis has always been one of my dream worlds for Kingdom Hearts. Because, like, just think about the possibilities. Like, that is such a... Especially considering that they got the above and underwater world thing set with Port Royale. Like, they figured out how to make that work for the new Pirates of the Caribbean world. Which, by the way, can we please applaud them that they actually managed to turn a world that was widely renowned to be, like... one of the single worst worlds in Kingdom Hearts history and actually make something beautiful out of it to the point that it was my very favorite world in Kingdom Hearts 3. I adored the Pirates level in Kingdom Hearts 3. One, I got to have my boat, right? Like, I was so excited that I got to finally properly have my boat and properly be able to use it, even if it was a little, like, fussy at times. I'm so glad that we actually got to, like, do, like, massive adventure in it, all that crap. I loved how it looked. All of the facial rigs were finally back on point. They didn't look weird and cursed and stuff. The level was rich and dense visually. Like, oh, chef's kiss. I could go on for ages about how good they did with the Pirates of the Caribbean world in Kingdom Hearts 3, especially compared to, because if you haven't played the second game, Kingdom Hearts 2, which is where the initial Pirates level that they had was, which was released shortly after the success of Pirates, right? So, like, it was already one of those things where, like, the level was being made more as a response to something rather than because it was actually desired. Like, everyone knew eventually they were going to have to do a Lion King world. Like, that was not a question that they were going to have. They had to do it because that was such a popular Disney IP. No one was really asking for a Pirates of the Caribbean world. So they did that to themselves and made themselves have to do hyper-realistic facial mock-ups, but then not do it for Sora. And also, they didn't give Sora a pirate outfit, which is another thing that they rectified with Kingdom Hearts 3. Because, like, one of the things that Sora has always loved in his character arcs, right? Sora loves things like pirates. He's always wanted to play pirates. like as a character. And so when they didn't even let him have a pirate outfit, it was insulting. Um, but the other thing, the one thing that really did bug, so Kingdom Hearts 3, right, is not a perfect game. Like, I think, even though it's long, I actually think it's still too short because you don't revisit any of the worlds at all, which is a main staple of Kingdom Hearts gameplay, is that you revisit the worlds. And they, like, change and shift. So, for those of you in the chat who aren't very familiar with Kingdom Hearts gameplay, so typically what happens is the first time you visit a world, you usually play through a modified version of the initial tell-in of that world. So, like, let's take, for example, you're playing Tarzan, the Tarzan world, which was called Deep Jungle. And the first time you visit Deep Jungle, you're having to deal with Clayton and save all that. Like you have to deal with the initial antagonist of the initial property that the world is from. That is a very long-standing tradition with Kingdom Hearts. And then the second time you go back, it's a lot more focused on you and the effects that you had on the world. Like it's basically okay, go save the world, then come back and see what you did to it. That is a long-standing tradition in Kingdom Hearts. So the fact that you didn't revisit a world once, unless you like went back there manually yourself after you locked the door, you never went back to the worlds. It was really borderline unsettling. Because like it doesn't feel right to not go back to the worlds in Kingdom Hearts, right? Like you're supposed to go back. Like what are we talking about, man? I don't know if I'm gonna grab all this coal, but I am gonna grab some of it. But yeah, it was very weird that they didn't have you go back to any of the worlds. But one of the main gripes I have that is totally just a gripe purely on why didn't you do this, it would have been so cute, right? Was them not, and I know, I can guess why it actually was. Like, I have my theories for why it actually was. But why didn't they give Sora a little cold weather outfit for the Frozen world? Like, come on, he would have... Guys, he would have been so cute. And they insisted on not giving it to us. Like, okay. I want y'all to imagine for a second that, you know... Because literally, they even make a commentary on it in the thing. So, Sora gets into the world, right? The world's covered in snow. And he's shivering because he's from an island. Like, there is absolutely a logical reason why he wouldn't want to... Why? There's a logical reason why he would be given a, like, cold weather outfit for this world, right? Like, Donald says... Sorry, I heard one of the cats yowl. Donald has the gall to sit there and go... So Sora says, hey, can't you magic me up, like, a cold weather outfit? And Donald looks at him and very matter-of-factly goes, that's not how the magic works. Because the magic he's referring to, aside from the one that he can manually cast, whenever they go to worlds where it would be really weird if they stood out, and again, there's a lot of worlds where logistically, you would think that this would apply to, but it doesn't. Hello, cat. What? Can I help you? I'm telling a story. A little bit busy. A little bit busy, Amber. But, so he's, he asked Donald to make him something cold, and Donald goes, that's not how the magic works. Because the magic that he's referring to in worlds where it would be very obvious that they are not from that world, within reason, again, like, there's some worlds where it's like, this should apply. What, cat? I'm not gonna pick you up because I need to be able to play my game. He basically is like, no, you don't get a jacket. And what I think, right? I think what happened was they just kind of ran, because to anyone who's played Kingdom Hearts 3, they know what I'm talking about. It is very obvious that Frozen was not originally going to be one of the worlds, but after Frozen Fever happened, they basically... My thought is it was probably Disney more so than Square Enix that influenced this decision, but somebody came in and said, "Well, you have to add Frozen because it's this crazy successful property now. You just got to do it." What, Amber? Um, and I think it was very obvious. It's the same thing as why I think they added Port Royale in Kingdom Hearts 2 when nobody was asking for it. It was just because it was like the Pirates franchise had done so well that they were like, well, you kind of got to add it. And it's kind of sad to me because, like, it makes it feel like video game by committee, right? Rather than video game because that's what people wanted. And again, like, it's fine for what it is. I'm just glad that we got it at all because, like, obviously Kingdom Hearts 3 was in development for a very, very long time. And, like, even though... It hurts because I really did enjoy the game. I truly think that the game still needed more time. Like... And I'm gonna agree with my buddy here. So I had a buddy... Or not a buddy, my sister-in-law. I feel like what happened was... They showed that demo using the original Twilight Town area at E3 a couple years back. And since they showed it, everybody got really antsy, and because of that, they were like, well, now we kind of have to make it happen way faster because people are going to get too excited and not be able to, like, be patient. I truthfully think that that's what happened with Kingdom Hearts 3, is that they got really, like, antsy and stuff, and it shows in the game. It really does show. I still think it's a very, very entertaining game, because at the end of the day, as long as a game is fun, that's all that really matters, right? But I find that of all of the games that they've done, this one felt the least like it was worth the time it took. Because I think a lot of things got, like, added in post. Like, I know that a lot of people were actually theorizing that they were going to have a Incredibles world. I know that that was a big theory because, again, Sora being the way he is, things like pirates and superheroes, those are all things that are very much appealing to him as a character. And stuff that he's, like, talked about before, right? So I know a lot of people were theorizing that those worlds were going to get added. But I will say, the entire world was worth it purely to finally be able to properly play an Olympus world. Like, yes, we had the underworld sections in Kingdom Hearts 2, but they still didn't, like, satisfy that need for, like, an actual proper Hercules level. And, like, the first time we saw the destruction of Thebes and saw, like, the physics engine going into place, oh my gods. When I tell you, I was like, bruh! It was so cool, chat. It was so cool. But yeah, like... And another world that I kind of... This is another, like, pipe dream world that I know they probably won't, but I kind of wish they would actually give it a shot, is actually to try and do 101 Dalmatians world, because, like, if I had to suffer through getting 101 puppies, like, you feel me, chat? Oh, hello. Ha! I don't know why I just stood there. Okay, well, there's that. Um, but yeah, and I know that they didn't ever properly do a Lilo, like, they've done Lilo and Stitch before. Like, I'm one of those people that I firmly believe that the worlds that should be priorities are worlds that have had summons. Um, just so that we can, like, see those worlds again. Because I know that the whole explanation in the first game for why certain worlds had characters as summons, but you couldn't go to their world, the whole justification for that was that their worlds were already basically destroyed and they were adrift, which is why they ended up where they did. So that's why initially you could find Simba, but you couldn't find Simba's world or anything. And then, I know that they eventually restored the worlds, and that's why we're able to get back to them and all that, yada, yada, yada. But the only summon that I don't think we should be able to play their world in any capacity, and I mean, like, even in a small, tiny, like, Atlantica-style world, is Chicken Little, because it was a very bizarre decision to even add him as a summon anyway. But the world that I think that, like, actually genuinely needs to be explored in regards to any of the summons is to be able to properly do a Lilo and Stitch world that doesn't just purely take place on a spaceship, right? I want to be able to go to Hawaii. Because again, and I have reason for why I think that this should be, right? Like, Sora comes from an island, right? He and Lilo would bond over being weird islanders together. Like, that, it would be the cutest thing. I just want him and Lilo to interact. I genuinely want them to interact. Because I think it would be so wholesome. And again, they would have, like, their, like, weird islander bonding moments. Like please let Lilo and Sora interact. And, like, I'm not even, like, at the point of desperation for another game, right? Like, I think that they tied up the story really nicely. Like, even though I would love another big line Kingdom Hearts game, I'm gonna say spoiler warning just to, like, appease people. So, for those watching the VOD or whatever, I'm gonna talk about the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. The game's been out for long enough that I shouldn't have to worry about it, but I just know that I'm gonna get a, hey, spoilers. I just know I'm gonna get one. Alright, as long as I'm holding this nether warp block, I'm gonna talk about spoilers for Kingdom Hearts 3. So, Sora motherfucking dies at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. Or, like, sacrifices himself or whatever, right? And when I tell you how much that messed me up because I love that boy more than life itself, I cannot explain how much the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 messed me up. The only reason I want another Kingdom Hearts game is them to be like, oh, surprise, he actually wasn't dead. Like, right? Like, my baby, I've always had a very strong soft spot for him, so, like, yeah. Alright, spoilers over, let me put this away. But yeah, that's the only reason I want another game, is because I want them to address that situation. But, like, as a whole, I think it serves exactly the function that a Kingdom Hearts game should serve, which it's dumb, stupid fun, right? Like, you're just doing it to see how you interact with the Disney worlds, and, like, yes, the story is there and whatever. It's very convoluted, but, like, I truly don't care. All I care about at the end of the day is, having fun. I don't care if the story doesn't make sense. Because I, long ago, stopped trying to make sense of the Kingdom Hearts world. Like, I just immediately accepted it for what it was, which was convoluted, stupid fun. But I still do truly adore it. And, like, it's a lot like Minecraft to me in regards to a lot of my really, like, formative, like, if you will, core why am I putting that there? A lot of, like, my, like, really influential, formative, like, years as a gamer were influenced by Kingdom Hearts. But by and large, I find that a lot. That's why I'm kind of sad when I say that I feel like it's starting to be a game by committee kind of type beat. Because the initial Kingdom Hearts, right? It was very obviously a passion project. It was not something that a lot of people necessarily thought was going to succeed, which is very evident in the fact that in the initial Kingdom Hearts, a lot, and I mean a lot, of the original voice actors did not come back for recorded for the OG Kingdom Hearts. So, like, that's why if you look at levels like Alice in Wonderland, and a matter of fact, that's why if you play Kingdom Hearts at all, the original, you'll know what I mean. And I don't mean any of the remixed ones, because I think they edited this in the remixes. But a lot of OG Kingdom Hearts is completely unvoiced. It's purely over text. And when they do have voice work, it is almost never the original voice actor, which is usually a thing in games anyway, but, like, the fact that a lot of it wasn't even voice said a lot about how successful people thought Kingdom Hearts was going to be. It's kind of like how you could look at OG stuff for Star Wars, and it's very apparent that nobody thought Star Wars was going to be successful, right? But OG Kingdom Hearts is the same way. Because, again, almost all of OG Kingdom Hearts is unvoiced. And if it is voiced, it's not voiced terribly well. Like, at the time, Haley Joel Osment and Jesse McCartney and all them, they weren't successes yet. Or if they were, it was very minor successes. Like, they hadn't had their full Disney Channel career arc. What was I saying? Then once it was proven to be, like, a majorly successful property, because, again, everyone wants to, like, play through their favorite Disney worlds. Like, everyone wants to see how they'd influence those worlds. So it's interesting to me that it was auto-assumed at the start to be a failure, or that it was going to be a failure, because I actually think it was a genius idea. And right, like, say what you will about the quality of the storytelling or whatever, but, like, at its face value, Kingdom Hearts is a good game. It's fun, it's entertaining, like, it's not as complex as some of the other Final Fantasies that Squeenix has put out, because basically, Kingdom Hearts is just, like, a less intense Final Fantasy, as it were. Like, it just is. It genuinely is a less intense Final Fantasy. Why am I using that pickaxe? But, because of that, I think that that everyone just assumed, oh, well, Final Fantasy already exists. No one's really gonna pay for, like, just kind of more kid-friendly Final Fantasy, even though there was very much a market for it. It's kind of like how I'm fairly certain at the start, if you look at how the public reacted to Pokemon before it really took off, Pokemon was also auto-assumed to be a failure. Even though, again, there is no reason why Pokemon should fail, right? Like, there is legitimately a place for it in gaming. Like, it's perfectly... Why is that on? Hang on, I need to go mute something. I apparently forgot to mute Trillian. Shush. Alrighty, there we go. Better chat. Sorry about that. What was I saying? Where'd my brain go? But yeah, I've talked about this before. I firmly believe that a really fascinating study would be as, like, of, like, business models would be to study the Pokemon business model. Because, like, right? If you could keep something going that long and be profitable that long and still, like, be considered in vogue all the time, like, you've won. Like you beat the system. How how have you put out this much content and you still haven't been considered old hat yet? It's wild to me that the the way that the Pokemon business model works. And I find it just utterly fascinating. So yeah, like, I feel like, and I know that people have done studies of their business model before, like, how they're successful, why they're successful. It would be really interesting to read up on those articles. As somebody who's, like, been on both sides, like, in terms of, like, having a genuine interest in knowing, but also, like, just wanting to know because Pokemon is Pokemon and I love Pokemon. Very good, very good. Always gonna take more copper because, again, we need a lot of it. I heard a lava pop and it made me very nervous for a split second. Alrighty, very good. Come here. Because, again, right now it's not so much that that I'm worried about dying. Like, that's not my worry. My worry is, accidentally getting, losing the copper that I mined for whatever reason. Well, whatever reason. Lava, Logan. The reason is lava. Duh. Another game that I know that they visited it, or not a game, another movie that I know that the Kingdom Hearts franchise visited in one of their side games that I actually really hope they eventually revisit for a mainline game so that we can have it in, like, glorious, like, PS4, PS5 graphics, is Hunchback of Notre Dame. I know they won't, right? Like, I know that there's a reason it was in one of the side games rather than a main game, and that's because Hunchback is kind of a... not a, like, taboo topic when it comes to Disney as an IP, but they are very touchy about it, seemingly. And, I mean, it's very obvious why, like, because, again, there's a reason you very rarely will see Esmeralda at a park or whatever. In addition to her being an offensive stereotype, like, she's a little too mature. Hello. She's a little too mature for a lot of, like, the current... I don't know if aesthetic is the right term, but the current track that Disney wants to take. Hang on, I need to investigate this area. But, yeah, because she actually used to appear at the parks, but then parents complained enough that they were like, yeah, we should take her out. And, like, as far as Disney villains go, aside from Gaston, who is super scary because he is legitimately just a normal dude that you literally, like, almost everyone has met a Gaston in their life, right? Like, the man who can't take no for an answer, that kind of crap. He is a very... The reason he's... Because a lot of people will rank the scariest Disney villains, and he usually ranks pretty high. And the reason that is always given is because he literally can exist. Like, he is a legitimate person that people have met, right? The other one that scares a lot of people is Claude Frodo. And because he represents something that a lot of people don't want to admit happens, but is rampant, which is... It isn't necessarily so much his line of work in general that it makes it so upsetting that it can exist. It's any abuse of power, like a position where you are supposed to be a trusted figure, and using that for your own gain, right? That is where the fear comes in from Claude Frollo. I also, to this day, still think he has one of the single greatest Disney villain songs ever, point blank period. Because, like... The way it delves into this unhinged, completely unawares, like, rant, where you really can't tell if he even knows how insane he's being, because he feels justified, right? Because and it's that that ability of power that he has from his position as both a judge and also being sanctioned by the church. So he feels invincible. And I do find that a lot of people, when they're discussing Frollo as a character, tend to fall into this frankly incorrect take of, oh, they're just demonizing the church and all that. And I'm like, well, no, because also the church is shown in both of its lights as both the good it can do and the harm it can do, because you have Claude Frollo, who is the harm, and mind you, he's just ordained by the church. He's not even necessarily a part of the church as a construction, because he doesn't even live in the church. He lives in the Justice Building or whatever. But then a lot of people have this kind of frankly incorrect take that means, oh, church evil. No, because literally, what are we also shown? We're shown the Archdeacon, who literally is always there to protect and save and help. And mind you, when I'm defending a religious institution, it's you know that I actually mean business, because I'm not very much a religious guy. It ain't my thing. I've dealt with a lot of problems from it in the past, but we are shown the church both at its brightest and at its darkest in that film. And I believe the book also goes the same way in terms of we are seeing both the good of the church and the bad. Because for those who don't know, Hunchback was a book first, and it was extremely tragic. So tragic. Most Disney adaptations are lighter than their source material. Hunchback is one of the ones that probably... I don't know if I would say it lightened the mood What? Hello? Have I been here before? Okay. I'm just gonna say no. Thank you, please. But it had the most amount of levity given towards the end, which, again, considering how dark that movie already is... Yeah, because in the book, if I recall, both Esmeralda and Quasimodo, they both die. And I think, as I recall, the book either starts or ends with someone finding their bones underneath the Notre Dame de Paris. It's a dark book, man. And I'm all for it, because I love when media is, super... I mean, even though, it's not as dark as some other kids' media, I was raised on Series of Unfortunate Events. So, I very much appreciate darker media being made accessible to kids. Because, the original book was not very accessible to kids or anything, because, it was that dark that... It was just that, and then, for whatever reason, Disney decided that was the book that they really wanted to adapt. I actually think it was a very, from a financial standpoint, I think that it's patently obvious to me that someone's passion project was going to be to interpret Hunchback, right? I don't think it was... From any business decision aspect, I don't think it was wise at all to try and adapt Hunchback. Because, right, you're a company that is known for making children's movies, and this is still being posited as a children's movie. And it actually even got the G rating, which is still insane to me. I'm pretty sure it got the G rating. I know there was one that I was discussing recently that absolutely wholeheartedly deserved a PG rating, but because of when it was released, they didn't get it, and I'm pretty sure it was Hunchback. But the fact that they got away with that is insane to me because, like, if there is any film that deserves a PG rating, it's Hunchback. But I still find that, and again, bringing it back to, like, why we started this discussion in the first place, I well and truly believe that because of the nature of the media, that it won't ever get adapted to a big name Kingdom Hearts project, but I would love to just see, like, the full cathedral in, like, glorious, like, beautifully mastered video game format, because I wanna like run around the cathedral like Quasimodo does, but do it by myself, like on my own merit. I could go on about Kingdom Hearts all day and, like, dream worlds. Like I said, Atlantis is a big dream world. I'll tell you a world that I know will never happen, but not only would I want it as a world, but I also want it as a summon. And that would be Rescuers. I think that would be a really fun summon to have. And plus, just Bernard and Bianca. My heart. Huh? Oh, I'm digging into the other mine shaft. That's right. Rescuers is genuinely one of my favorite IPs that Disney has ever done. Especially Rescuers Down Under. And if you're watching and you've never seen Rescuers Down Under, if you at all like the initial Rescuers, you should watch that one, because it is the best Rescuers movie, period, point blank. For one, it takes place in Australia, which is great. For two, Bernard is trying the entire time to propose to Miss Bianca, and, like, it's delightful. And there's also a kangaroo rat. I believe his name is Jake, and he's a really fun character. And the kid is a lot more interesting than the kid in the first movie, in my opinion. I believe his name is Cody. And unlike Penny was her name, Cody actually, like, is really intriguing to watch, because just watching the way the kid's brain works is really fascinating, because he's a very withdrawn kid who just, like, he really only identifies with animals, and maybe that, like, you know, I'm projecting a little bit because that was me as a kid, but, like, I find him much more compelling than Penny. And I find, oh, what was his name? Oh, gosh darn it. The antagonist from the second movie is also much more interesting, in my opinion. Because, like, he feels both more and less unhinged. He feels more and less unhinged than whatever the lady's name was from the first movie. Because, right, he feels more grounded in reality because his motivation is a little more, like, understandable to someone who isn't, like, completely bonkers insane. Because, right, like, the motivation of the lady in the first film was she basically was a treasure hunter, right? But she was too big to get into this one specific location, so she went, and I believe she actually even adopted this child to do it. Took this child named Penny and threw her into this cavern in one of the, like, most harrowing sequences in a Disney movie, because literally this cavern is starting to fill up with water, to go and find this secret pirate treasure or whatever. So it's literally like, lady, you could have hired a blasting company, you could have done a million other things, but you're going to adopt a child, or, like, go steal a child and throw her into a cave that floods every single night and tell her, go fetch. Like, you're crazy. And even when the child's, like, begging to be let out because, like, the cave is starting to flood, you still don't do it. Like, lady, come on. Whereas with, why can I not remember his name? But with the poacher from, almost like Kingdom Hearts 3, but with the poacher from, the second Rescuers movie, his thought process is this, right? So he's trying to get a hold of this extremely endangered eagle species so that he can sell it or whatever, be evil. Like, that's already pretty unhinged, but, like, that is something that happens in the real world. Like, that is already enough of a motivation. This kid is the only one who can find this creature that he's been looking for years. So, literally, he's not so much... Because, right, like, it didn't even necessarily have to be this kid. It was just because he was close to the bird that he picked him. Like, literally, he would have done this to an adult. He would have done this to whoever. And also, this kid is threatening him with jail time constantly if he gets out. So, he needs the kid alive. He's not actually caring whether or not the kid... Or he actually cares if the kid dies. It's not a matter of that. Because, like, with the character from the first movie... She really didn't give a flip whether or not Penny was gonna drown or not. Like, if not, she would just get another kid, right? Then with the character from the second movie, you had the motivation of he doesn't want the kid to die because if the kid dies, he's useless. And so you have this interesting dichotomy of he'll threaten the kid, but it's also very apparent that he needs him. Right up until pretty much the end when he's at the point where he gets to the end of his rope and he's just like, this isn't worth it, I'll find another way, and then he's like, okay, I'm going to try to use you to get what I want now. And so he's both more and less unhinged in that aspect because, like I said, he's still very much threatened in this kid and, like, putting children at danger and also putting animals at danger, which pushes him up on the scale of you're insane to a lot of people. But, you also get this dichotomy of, yes, he's nuts, but he also is very much grounded in reality. Unlike some other, like, Disney villains where, like, they feel completely unhitched from reality. He always felt, to me at least, like he always had some stable footing in the real world. Unlike, Madam Whatever Her Face is, who always felt like she was, like, one bad day away from, like, just becoming front page news, you know? As it were. Alrighty. Once this smelts, I am going to go ahead and make more... Let me see what I need for the roof right now. Because I already got diamonds. I still need more, and I might go netherite mining here in a second. But I do need to see what I need. Alright, let's see. Also, we're getting close to this finally being fully weathered in places, and I just cannot wait, because I'm just tired of it. Hop. Okay. Alrighty. We definitely still need stairs here, but in a second, we're going to start needing blocks. So, I'm going to make all of that into stairs for now. We'll see. Oh, well, shoot. Hang on. I made a problem for myself with that. There we are. But yeah, like, I always thought that Rescuers would be a really cool Disney World, but that of my, like, quote-unquote pipe dream Disney Worlds, that's probably the most outlandish one. Because, frankly, as much as it hurts to admit, I know that they will never do a Rescuers World. Just like, even though I think it would be really fun, they'll probably also never do a 101 Dalmatians World. Because, like, a lot of people, after they did The Lion King and Kingdom Hearts 2, were just waiting for them to do, because we had already had the characters introduced, they were just waiting for, the 101 Dalmatians World. Because, again, right, like, it was already a concept that was introduced to us. So there was really no reason why not to do it. Everyone wanted it, like, because they wanted it as justification for, like, gathering all the puppies in the first game. But they never have, and it's kind of strange. And I also, another world that I was actually anticipating would be in that they didn't do, but they did have him as a summon that made me really sad. I was just waiting for the Wreck-It Ralph world. Like, it makes perfect sense, but I think that, like, they already had... So here's what I think why they didn't do Wreck-It Ralph, in addition to it's going to be a little bit of a weird metagame kind of moment. What I personally believe why they didn't add Wreck-It Ralph is that they already had... They knew they were going to do Toy Story, because everybody wanted Toy Story. Myself included. Everybody wanted Toy Story. So I think the reason they didn't do Wreck-It Ralph, although they have done it in the phone game, just not, like, in any of the big games, I personally believe the reason they avoided it was because they already had to contest with the fact that Woody was going to be like, you are a toy kind of energy, which would have also happened in Wreck-It Ralph with you're from a video game. Like, that was going to happen no matter what they did. So I personally think that the reason they didn't do a Wreck-It Ralph world was because they were already going to be contesting with Woody being sassy about, you know, oh, you're being crazy or whatever. So they didn't really want to deal with it twice, because that would also be a main theme of Wreck-It Ralph is, oh, you're from a video game, which is both meta and not, because, like, I'm sure they would basically contest it as, no, he's not from a video game in this world, he's only from a video game in our world, but he's real here. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna need blocks. Okay, cool, that'll at least make it so I don't have to take an extra step, good. But, that's personally why I think that they didn't do Wreck-It Ralph, and I'm pretty firm of the belief that they were gonna originally have a Wreck-It Ralph world, possibly, but they basically were like, oh, well, we already have Big Hero 6, and then once, you know, they decided they really wanted to do Frozen, because even though I am annoyed by its inclusion in terms of I still personally feel like it is why the game feels rushed, I knew that they were going to do the moment that Frozen took off, pretty much everyone knew that Frozen was going to be a world in the next Kingdom Hearts. Like, it was a fact of life. Everyone understood that to be the next logical path. And frankly, it would be a little weird if they didn't. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and go do a little bit of netherite mining just because I can. So, let's do that. Put our boots away. Have enough wood for if I need it. Do I have my crafting table? Yes. Alright, let's go to the nether chat. But yeah, I still think the world that I think deserves to be in Kingdom Hearts the most, that I think would make, not only does it deserve to be in the... Oh! Well, we'll wait until night because I don't want to accidentally anger any mobs. But not only do I think it deserves to be in Kingdom Hearts, but I think that it would be an extremely good game in terms of, like, it would be a very fun level, is Atlantis. Like, that is probably my #1 pipe dream world, is Atlantis. Because it just makes sense. Oh, actually, I take that back. Another world that I truly, truly believe deserves to be in Kingdom Hearts is Treasure Planet. Because that, oh my god, chat, can you imagine how much fun that would be? Like, Treasure, for one, Jim would make a very good foil to Sora. Like, because of Jim's sort of, like, cynicism, but also that hint of like childlike wonder that he has. He would be a perfect foil to Sora. Um, and I think that would enable them to have like a lot of like fun with the different like ways. Now I don't know exactly how they would do it, like if they would keep it just to one location, because right, like they did that with they've done that with a lot of worlds, but probably the most guilty of it, in my opinion, is when they did the Lilo and Stitch world in one of the one-off games, because they just kept you on the ship the entire time, from what I hear. Oh, uh-oh. But because of that, that makes me hesitant to say that I actually really want it in terms of, like, I would love the world if it fully followed, like, you had, you had your interaction times on the ship, you had your interaction times on the planet surfaces, and then they would have, like, a fun mini game where you got to solar surf. Like, I think it's such an obvious, like, choice for Kingdom Hearts in terms of, like, both from a character standpoint, from a gameplay standpoint, and from, like, just the standpoint of, like, so for those who don't know, who are unawares, I hate to be the one that has to inform you of this, but fun fact, what do you how do you phrase it? The production of Treasure Planet, it was the same team that did Tarzan and all that stuff. Fun fact, that production was intentionally sabotaged. The marketing was intentionally sabotaged. Everything in that game was intentionally sabotaged, because that was actually, Treasure Planet was being discussed before Tarzan was being discussed, to give you perspective on how badly that team wanted to do Treasure Planet. They were desperate to be allowed to do it, and Disney was like, well, do Tarzan first, this, that, and the other. And then when the Disney marketing team got on to Treasure Planet's marketed, they intentionally marketed it poorly. It's a very well documented event, and it's heart-wrenching to me, because like I said, that was well and truly that creative department's baby. Like, they were desperate to tell Treasure Planet, and desperate enough that they just accepted when Disney treated them as they did. And my heart breaks for Treasure Planet's team, because, right, like, Treasure Planet was a good idea. Like, Disney already had made a profitable venture off of Treasure Island before, which is what, for those who are unawares, that's what Treasure Planet's based on, is the book by Robert Louis Stevenson. Which, by the way, if you wonder why the ship is called the RLS Legacy, it's because it is Robert Louis Stevenson's legacy. So that is why it is called what it is. But so, basically, this was just, they were very passionate about this project. They were like, I think this can work, and, like, we have the rights to be able to do it, And I think that this will speak to a lot of, like, modern-era teenagers, which it did. But they sabotaged it, and it's devastating to me that they decided to do that, because Treasure Planet shouldn't have failed. It shouldn't have. It is a brilliant movie with brilliant characterization, with brilliant messages to tell, and it's devastating that because of the way it was marketed, it was doomed to fail, And I hate that it has come to this, where truly ingenious and creative projects are stifled. And this has always been a case with, like, and, like, right, Disney has always been particularly guilty of it. Especially in the Eisner era, where suddenly everything became about how cheap it could be, like how like easily they could make money for how little they had to put into it, right? And that showed in the parks as well. Like, if you've ever looked up the era of Eisner's decisions for the Disney parks and how poorly those went over, yeah. Eisner did a lot of damage to Disney as a whole. And he did it in the name of supposedly saving money, but, like, really he was just stifling and smothering a lot of, like, good things. And now, mind you, Disney is not a good company still. It is still, like, everyone knows the problems with Disney. Like, it is what it is. But, like, it is sad to see something that started from a place of greatness fall into, like, this really depressing, like, Orwellian nightmare of a world. Because, like, and this happens with everything, right? Like, all companies will eventually go this way. It's just the nature of the world that we live in. It's just sad that it had to go in the manner that it did. And especially, it's sad for the people who are a part of these teams who, obviously, like, you don't want to, like, be a part of something evil, but, like, this is their livelihood, and they also want to put their passion into these things. I'm nervous. But it's just depressing to me from that regard, because a lot of times, the ones who get the shortest end of the stick and who get blamed for everything are the, like, workers on the, like, lower level. So, like, the animators, the park employees, right? People, they always face the brunt of, like, these decisions that the higher-ups make, and it's really sad to me, because, like, a lot of them just want to feed their family. But because of what their talents lie in, or where they are in the cases of, like, park employees, they don't have a choice. And it makes me very sad, because it shouldn't be that way. I think I found another fortress. Yeah, I don't think this is the one I found before. But yeah. This is why, in one of my intro videos, by the way, for those of you who are new here, one of the things that I state is I regularly fall into philosophical discussion, because, like, the amount of times that I have fallen into discussions almost verbatim like this is embarrassing. But I'm passionate about it, right? Like, because, like, as somebody who went to school for art and stuff, like, this is all stuff that you have to witness happen firsthand. Like, you know that these people are going to be tapped by Disney for, like, animation, and you know that that's where their path is going to take them, and you want to see them succeed, and they want to succeed, but the sheer nature of the beast makes it so that you also know that they're going to get hurt in the end. It's really, really sad to me. But there comes a point where there's really nothing you can do at the end of the day. Because, like, again, it is just the nature of the beast. Which, I mean, to a certain degree, once I hit affiliate, it's going to be the same with me, because... Hi! No, 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 no. Please, no. I'm going to go back this way, because I don't want to deal with that blaze. I didn't even hear a fire. Bop and bop. Goodbye, Mr. Blaze. I know that we're probably, like, tangentially related, but I am not interested in whatever you're selling. But, yeah, I don't know, chat. It's very heartbreaking where the point that we're coming to. And it's especially heartbreaking to watch it happen and feel like you can do nothing about it. I'm gonna try to burrow over here. But there's only so much that fretting and worrying can do, right? So, like, truthfully, at the end of the day, there is nothing that I can do about this kind of thing. And maybe that's, like, the cynic in me, but, like... Oh, time to traumatize Rambu fans. But... I don't know, chat. I don't know. It's, you know... It's very sad, but it's just... It is where we are as a society, that this kind of behavior is not only happening constantly, but it's considered good business, right? And I made it very clear multiple times that I feel like capitalism is, like, a flawed ideology, a flawed system of society, and that capitalism will always be doomed to one day collapse in upon itself. But we are forced to live in this society. It's like, you know, there's a very popular comic that will go around, like, every few years when... Basically, it's whenever people are like, well, if you don't like this, why do you blah, blah, blah? Like, if you don't like capitalism, why are you participating in it? And it's like, basically, the way the comic goes is... It's a person with a bundle on their back, like in the medieval times, who's like, man, society really needs to change. We need to do something about it. And then some dude pops up from the ground and is like, but you still participate in society. Curious. And, like, acts like he's one. And it's like, yeah, because we're forced to live in it. That doesn't mean that we can't have valid criticisms of the system that is oppressing us. And it really makes me sad that a lot of these, like, companies and oppressors, the people they basically, for lack of a better term, prey on, will defend them because, like, they're tricked into thinking that they are gonna be, like, their loyalty will be repaid by them being, like, I don't know if, like, a rewarded in the next life is, like, the exact correct phrasing, but that kind of nature. Because a lot of these obviously prey off of the poor and disenfranchised, but a lot of times, those are the people who try to defend them, depending on what circles. Finally! Depending on what circles you're in. It's just, it's sad, chat. It really is. And, like, I hope that we are getting to a point where we'll be, you know, able to get away from this kind of ideology and, like, stuff, but I hold no, like, illusion that it'll happen in my lifetime. Let's phrase it that way. But hey, Minecraft! Alright. But we got at least one netherite, or, ancient debris out of that, so that's good. Very good. We love to see it. Also, the other reason that I, like, particularly want to see, like, the Rescuers as a world in, Kingdom Hearts is, there's two ways that world could go, right? Like, either they have Sora help them, but he's a person, like he's a whole-sized person, or they ask for his help, and he gets turned into a mouse. I want to see Sora turned into a mouse. I need it. I need it. Like, that is just something I genuinely need in my life, is to see little tiny mouse Sora, because I think the spiky hair would just be very, very cute and appealing. But it is what it is. Pop, pop, pop. There we are. Very good. Okay, where are we? I think we're headed back out towards the fortress here. So, wait, no, I'm in the opposite direction, aren't I? I think I am. We'll see. And I should be high enough that those hoglins can't get me. Nope, I am towards the fortress. Darn. Let's see, chat. Where should I go? I'm gonna try to go this way, chat. I think that'll yield results in some regard. It's funny because so this theme is the Lizard theme from Terraria. I actually associate this with the underworld in Terraria, even though it's not. So like every time I hear this, I'm like, oh, it's Nether music, even though it's not at all in any regard. Give me that. Give me that. Okay, cool. Where are we? I would like to find a bastion, ideally, by the end of this. Like, that's the goal, right? Okay, good. Also, Dervacat was streaming last night and working on their song for Reviver, and I was just like, yes, Dervacat! I love Dervacat's work. I've said this multiple times, like, if they ever opened up commissions or something, I would love to commission a piece from them, or like, if I ever get on an SMP that's popular enough to warrant people making fan songs, I'm just like, Dervacat, my beloved, like, their work is really good, and like all of their stuff is extremely unique. Like, even though it's very identifiable as their work, a lot of times like every song has such a unique tone to it, it can be considered like on its own merit a different genre from the rest, even though that is not true, obviously. Like all of Dervacat's stuff also works as a unit. You also kind of do want to, like, see what it would sound like if they made stuff entirely in a single vein. At least I do. I just think they're neat. Bop, 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 bop. Although it is one of those things, watching people stream while they're editing music can get very frustrating. Because, like, it is very repetitive, but it's also very cool to watch the process, if that makes sense. Thank you. Good. Alright, you may go. Thank you. Alrighty, very good. But yeah, I just think that Dervacat is wildly talented, and one of these days I would love to commission them for something. Because, like, a lot of times it's like they appear out of nowhere and are just like, I have a new song, and you're like, what? Because, like, I had no earthly idea that they were making a song for Puffy, or the one that shocked me was that came out that I had no idea was being produced was the song for Sapnap. That one blew my mind when they were like, hey, by the way, I have a song for Sapnap. And I was just like, you have a what now? Hello? And it's really good. Let's like they know how to like hook you into songs even if they are very wildly different from each other. Especially the songs that I consider like quintessential Dervacat songs, right? Are Honey, Blue, whenever Revived comes out, because I could already tell that's gonna be one. Ain't No Crying. All of those, the speed at which they hook you into their rhythm and get you addicted to it is insane. Like, there are songs that are like, they are just so well tailored to be catchy that like you can't help but jam out. Like, That's just how it is. Like, the only song from Derivacat that I think doesn't qualify for that ideology in terms of, like, I think it's catchy, but it's not like, to the level of, you know, it immediately hooks you. I think that, I think it's called In My Head or In Your Head, but the one that's based on, I believe, Rambu, it's catchy, but it doesn't hook you in the regards of, like, you can't stop. It's very well made. It's just, I feel like it's one of the weaker of their work, which, considering how well made it is, and that's the weakest of their work, they are A-okay in my book. Like, if that's the weakest of your work, like, you're golden in my book. Because it's still very catchy. And what I like is when they have songs that can transcend. Because a lot of times the songs that they make can also transcend fandom culture. Like, I've talked about this before. I think the quintessential Derivacat song that, like, can and will go beyond the Minecraft YouTube fandom is 4 a.m. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. It's going to become a long-distance relationship song. Because literally, like, talking about getting wrapped up in your phone and, like, I'll stay up till 4 a.m. for you and whatever, like, it's a long-distance relationship song. It just is. Alrighty, I have so much netherrack on me. Alrighty, very good. Again, I'd really just like to find a bastion. Moreover, so that I know where one is, rather than necessarily, like, I want to raid it right away. I just want to know where one is so I have access to it, right? Okay, cool. Pop, pop. Oh, shoot. Excuse you. It's not where you're meant to be. Alrighty. Excuse me, sir. I just need to get into here before before a hoglin spawns. Because hoglins are really the only things that I'm worried about in Crimson Forests. Cool, cool, cool. Watch, I'm gonna, like, totally blow past a piece of ancient debris just because I'm not paying attention. But yeah, like, I do wish the Grumps would put out more episodes playing Kingdom Hearts 3 because I do think they would find it very entertaining because it includes a lot of the, like, less known characters, it definitely qualifies for that Kingdom Hearts game that makes zero sense if you're not, like, 100% already caught up. So, like, I find it would be very entertaining to try and watch Dan deal with the game. But I know they probably won't, even though it's definitely, like, I'm fairly certain it's the shortest of the Kingdom Hearts games, of the, like, mainline ones. I just know that I finished it way faster than I thought I would. I'm gonna need to repair that when I get home. Bop, 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 bop. Alrighty, good. There's no point in putting torches up. Sorry, I had to hydrate. Very good. But, I just wish they would, you know? Alrighty, very, very good. I was also very, like... So, like, I had no real experience with Danganronpa before, and I'm still not, like... I'm not particularly the biggest fan of the game itself, but I am a fan of watching the Grumps play it. And, like, that's another fandom that I know is, like, definitely not one to trifle with. Because, like, it's a little much sometimes. Like, they're not a bad fandom per se. They've just got a lot of, like, drama. And so does the Dream SMP, don't get me wrong, but because the Dream SMP fandom is very big, it's fairly easy to avoid certain it's kind of like, so, it should be like, if any of you come from my TikTok, it should be fairly common knowledge that I used to be in the Homestuck fandom and got pretty badly burned by it when I was in it. But because of that, I have 110% learned how to navigate not only massive fandoms, but fandoms that have very, like, not cool parts of them. I was forged in the fires of Homestuck, so I know very well how to, like, avoid troublesome communities, or troublesome fandom pockets, as it were. I think I see some Blackstone over there, so I might go try to grab that. Because, again, I'd like to use some of it for building, in general, because it's pretty. Also, I'm not sure if you can make Gilded Blackstone, or you have to, like, just find it. But, like, that's part of why I want a Bastion, to find, you know, that. To find Gilded Blackstone, I mean. Alright, let's see. Bop, 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 bop. And again, I'm technically netherite mining, but I'm not gonna say no if I can find some. Okay. What is over here? But it's also a basalt biome, which means that's gonna be really obnoxious, so I might just go ahead and continue netherite mining and just mind my business, you know? Alrighty, there we are. Ba-da-ba-da-da, ba-da-ba-da. Bum 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 bum. Ba-da bum ba-da ba-da ba-da. Alrighty, let's see. Alright, what are we doing? But yeah, I truly think Atlantis would be a very good choice for a Kingdom Hearts level. Mostly because, right, like, I look at it from the gameplay aspect, not just the I want to see it. From a gameplay aspect, like, there's a lot of potential, like, even if they just purely stayed in Atlantis, right, there is a lot of potential for, like, the way that world would work in terms of, like, in a gameplay aspect. So, I think it's the only reason that they haven't done it is because the movie was considered to be a failure, right? I also am firmly of the belief that that was another movie that was entirely sabotaged by marketing. Because if you look into the, like, the depth behind Atlantis, the fact that it failed is that much worse. Because Atlantean is an actual language that, like, you could legitimately learn. Because they literally brought in a linguist to make it a language. And it's very, very sad to me that, you know what, I don't need that. That what happened to it did, because, like, that movie had every chance to be a massive hit if it was marketed properly. I can hear a gas somewhere. But because of the way it was marketed, they just shot themselves in the foot. The other movies that very nearly fell into that trap were How to Train Your Dragon and Kung Fu Panda, because the way that they were marketed, it didn't come off at all like it was anything more than a really dumb kids movie. Particularly How to Train Your Dragon. That was one that I almost didn't go see because the marketing made it seem really trash. And then I go to watch it and I consider it one of, if not potentially, I won't say the greatest animated film of our all time, but, like, it comes very close. Like, it is an ingenious film. And it just saddens me that it became that like it was potentially, all right, let's go back up to the surface, chat. That it very nearly was ruined by its marketing. That is gassed. Maybe if I back up, he'll despawn. Bow, Bow, wow, 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 wow. Bow, wow, wow. Sound like Owen Wilson. What am I doing? Alrighty. Nope, he's still there. Hi, buddy. Damn it. Ah! Actually, can I do it with my shield? Well, it just blows up. Why? There we go. Thank you. Where's its tier? There it is. Okay, cool. Alright, chat. Let's go. Hi, buddy. Are you friendly? I have gold boots on. You should be friendly. The hoglin's the thing I'm worried about. You look like you're running with purpose. Are you... Hi. Hi, guys. Hey, hi, hello. Please let me pass. Okay, good. Alrighty. That's nice. Bop, bop, bop. Okay. Back we go. Back we go. Alrighty. But yeah, and a lot of people have talked about this, that seemingly the most creative endeavors to come out of Disney are the ones that seem to get sabotaged by marketing. And I think that's a very accurate statement. It just makes me sad that it has to be discussed at all. That, you know... And then you get, like, stuff that really didn't... I don't want to say didn't deserve what recognition it got, but... I'm just gonna heavily imply it, but, like, stuff that feels like it was phoned in becomes, like, the crazy, like, oh my gosh, you know, there's an entire, like, who's a what's it surrounding this now, like, an entire, like, practical cult of people. It just makes me sad. And it turns into this situation of... you have everything you could ever want, and you still want more, in terms of them acquiring, like, properties. 'Cause, like, realistically, half of the stuff that they now own, they didn't need. Like, they just got it to have it. And that's kind of depressing to me. 'Cause, like... hang on. Where am I going? Still trying to find my way back. It's a repetition of me getting lost earlier. But... like, it's not my place to say whether or not something is deserving of attention or... hi. Okay. Please don't hit me. Okay, cool. Oh boy. Alright, chat. Alright. Let's get back to the house. We have a lot of gold. Ah, shoot. Die, please. Go away, sugar. Sugar, go. Bye. Alrighty, that creeper is gonna take offense to me. Hi, buddy. Okay, cool. And because I'm uneasy, that's not that big of a deal, which is nice. There we are. Good. Come on. Hop, hop, hop. Alright. Just try to get back home now. But yeah, like... again, it's not my place to say, like... if I think that, you know... they're still actively sabotaging their properties. But... I also feel like a lot of stuff feels like it's lost its heart recently. Like, Luca is the first film in a long time that I feel like really has, like, a heart and soul to the project. Like, I don't know how to phrase it, but like it actually felt like it was a project of passion rather than a project of we need to just capitalize on insert market here. Hi, buddy. Die, please. Thank you. Alright, the important thing is that we don't accidentally get bombarded by a creeper right here at the end. Because I don't want to rebuild this mountainside for, like, what, the 5th time? I'm already going to have to cover up that one section. Alright, and as long as nothing's in here, we'll be alright. Because sometimes stuff likes to spawn in here, even though it's pretty well lit. They like to jump scare me anyway. But it is what it is. Okay, let's go ahead and go down to our crafting table. Actually, let me... I think I put it in here, right? Yeah, okay, cool. And with that, we can actually start making some netherite stuff, because I think I have 4 now. Okay, let's see, chat. I believe it's... Yep. Cool. Very cool, chat. Ba-ba-ba. Alrighty. We are going to get all the gold in the world out of this. Bow, 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 bow. Good. Can take that so we can, like, collapse that down. Good. Hup. Alright, put the gold away. I said put the gold away. Okay, you could go there. I'm putting the gas tiers in here, I guess, because I guess I'm qualifying them as precious things. Okay. I'm probably going to go back to the nether here in a second, so I'm not going to, like, put everything away, but I am going to put a lot of it away. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Thank you. Anything else that I can put in here? Nope. Cool. Alright, you can go away. Be gone, Netherrack. I do not need thee. Thee? I don't need you. It's fine, chat. It's fine. Okay, grab that. And with that, let's go ahead and... I believe it's for... What? Hang on. Hang on. Huh? Hang on, chat, what? Okay. You can tell I've never done anything with netherite before. Do I use you? No. Hang on. Let me... Ingot. Thank you. Oh, I see. Let's see. Okay, that makes sense. Good thing I have all that gold then. Again, you can tell that I've never had to deal with netherite before. Or, not never had to, but just haven't. I just want to make my first one to say I've done it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. And I'd like to get a loom or, like, make a loom or something because I want to be able to have my banners up. So it's like... this... and that. I was gonna say, I don't think the pattern exactly matters. Heck yeah, that's really cool. Alright. Let's see... okay. Where do I look it up? Alright. Dev. Okay, hang on. So... I'm just gonna, like... Huh. I don't want to do it on that pickaxe. But let me... I'm gonna do it on this chest piece if I can. 'Cause... I like what's on that. Very cool. Alright, we officially have our first piece of netherite. Something or another. Baby's first netherite armor. Alrighty. Like I said, I am probably going to go back to the nether here in a second. I'm going to go repair my pick, because I'm getting nervous about it. Well, actually, hang on. Let me go over to my mob farm real fast. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to get a little bit of XP if I can. Like, I may even just... I walked out without any shoes on. I may just, go ahead and, like... I don't know how long I'll do it. I may just run around and look for mobs. But, like, I would like to get some, you know... EXP going, because I want to see if I can get a different enchant on this pick of mine, because I want to get Fortune 3 if I can. Again, I'm not that bothered. The only reason I really want to get Fortune 3 is so that I can gather copper more efficiently, because obviously I need a lot of it for what project I'm doing. Alrighty, let's do this. See what's in here and see if the spiders have escaped, because again, I'm pretty sure I built it incorrectly. Yeah, see, he can come through. And that's a problem. So, what's in here? Well, I mean, I have to AFK here for it to even do anything. And what I'm gonna do, I think I'm actually gonna craft some fences. Yeah, I have a plan. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna craft fences to see if I can fence everything. That is ladders, Logan. I believe it's this. No? Oh, right. Okay, there we go. Now that's a gate, so I need to flip it around. 1, 2. Yes, I hear you, spiders. Okay, cool. That should be enough. Alright, let's... Where are they? Hi! I'm gonna try to fence this in. Ah! And hopefully the chests will still work. But I don't know if I can reach them now. Hello? Can I still reach them is the question. I cannot. So I made a mistake, chat. We're not gonna talk about it. We're just gonna understand that Logan's trash. It's okay. Shoot. Okay. It's fine, chat. I just have to be more aware when I'm down here. Okay, close that. Grab that back up. Alrighty. Okay, cool. Hello? Is anyone here? Hello? Spooters. Hey, hi, hello. Would you like to come play? Die. Alright. This is boring. There we are. See, I've never really tried to make a mob farm before, so I am, how you say, inexperienced. Come here. Come here. It's fine. Never mind. Alright, chat. Let's go back to the nether. Ba 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 da ba da ba. Ma ba da ba. Bow. Bow. Ba da da. Bow ba da da da. I don't know what time it is right now, but it shouldn't quite be night, but it might be getting towards it. Alrighty, up we get. Up we get. This is why, like, I just have other people build mob farms for me when I'm on service. I'm like, I don't understand it. It's like Greek to me. Like, I have no idea. Alrighty, very good. Up we get. Let's go. Quickly. Quickly, quickly. Okay. We should get there before mobs start to spawn. Hup. Hup. Let's go. Let's go. I said let's go! Quickly. With speed. With haste. Alrighty. There we go. Good, good, good. Hup. Alright. Cool, cool. So we'll head back to the nether, farm for a little bit, and then end stream. Farm. I mean, mine. Whatever. It's chill. Well, because I don't have enough enchant levels to even get anywhere near what I need for that. Alright, let's take that off. Put you back. Grab you. Thank you. Good, good. That way we don't have to deal with piglins, in addition to all the other crap. Don't need you. Cool. Alright, let's go, chat. And again, I really want to get a loom, but it is what it is. Excuse you. Thank you. I was gonna say, don't be rude. Ain't no need for that. Alrighty, very good. I like that this tree is just preventing all the leaves around it from, like, despawning, so it's literally just, like, a very tiny stump with, like, leaves everywhere. It's like that one wisteria tree in Japan, the one that goes for, like, miles. But it's all sourced at a single tree. I know there's a banyan tree that's the same way. I forget where, though. And then you have aspen trees, which are, because of the way that they grow, several of them can be considered the largest living organism on planet Earth, because the way they, like, grow is they just put out shoots underground, and they grow up, and the trees are still connected underneath the earth. But they look like single trees, but they're actually all connected. So I think that's neat. Alrighty. Oh, no. Hi, buddy. Would you like to go through the portal to get me? Where'd he go? Okay. That's fine, I guess. Bye. He just didn't want to chase me as bad as I thought he did. Alright, I'm gonna go down a little bit before I... Well, not quite that far. Cool. Cool. Good to know that that's there. Yeah, hi. I saw you the first time, and I still didn't want it. Bye. Oh, shoot. Come on, man. Thank you. Alright. Very good. Pop, pop, pop. Let's see what we can find, chat. If anything. Again, we're getting put pretty close to the time I typically end stream, so... Bow, bow, bow. Not gonna be bad about quartz, although I don't really have any plans for it, so I'm not gonna, like, waste my time mining it if it's not in my way, because... You feel me, chat? Like, it's just not the prerogative right now. Oh, also, last night, so... My partner and I have a bunch of, like, fake plants in the house to make it pretty or whatever. Well, last night we had to put one of them away because one of the cats kept messing with it, and I didn't realize that they had already put it away in, because we usually put it in the bathroom that's attached to the master bedroom. And I went inside and was turning to close the door, and it feels like something grabs my butt, like seriously feels like something grabs my butt. I immediately panic and then turn around, and see the plant there, and I was like, Jay, your plant just grabbed my butt. I got felt up by a ficus, is what I said. But like, it was genuinely startling because it really felt like something grabbed my butt. And I'm like, my brain automatically was like, okay, we got ghosts. It's fine. We got weird butt grabbing ghosts. And again, obviously there was like, that was not it, but it was like, it certainly caused a level of panic in me. I was gonna say, I'd like to turn here. 1, 2, and then 3. Yeah, no, I want to turn, please. Ba-da, ba-da, ba, ba-da, ba-da, ba. La, da, 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 da. Bow, 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 ba-dow, ba-dow, bow, bow, wow, 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 now. Bow, 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 ba-dow, ba-dow, ba-da, 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 ba, 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 ba. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Alright. Let's see. And the one bad thing about having the... I forgot that I named my shield Tavra. Why did I name my shield Tavra? I mean, Tavra is a character in Dark Crystal. I just don't know why I named it that. Alright, thank you. Thank you, and... thank you. Alrighty, very good. Again, we're just mostly just looking for more netherite at this point. Which is probably something I should do off camera, you know? But, I don't know. I'm too stubborn.
That's just how it be.
Hang on real fast, chat. Alright, chat, I'm actually gonna go ahead and end stream here, because, Tubbo's starting his pool stream, and I cannot miss that. Sorry, I just saw the notification, I was like, oh, I need to be there, and I'm already at my ended time anyway, so I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for being here, I love you so much. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.